It poured the day we laid my mother to rest, a dull, chilly drizzle as if the heavens foresaw the impending betrayal. The kin huddled in dark drapes and obligatory expressions of sorrow. Then he entered my brother's life, a man striding onto a crimson carpet, a spectacle that wasn't a mourning ceremony. And there she was, entwined with him on his arm, Lena, the one I once promised to marry, for whom I had purchased a ring, the person I had entrusted with all my hopes and plans. 8 years had elapsed since her sudden vanishing act, without a hint, a farewell, leaving only silence, an image delivered by email 2 weeks later. Him with her, his hand confidently clasping her waist, her finger raised proudly adorned with my diamond. Now they stood together before me. He sported a new, ostentatious ring, and a smile that defied the passage of time. "Poor you," he quipped, loud enough for the relatives within earshot. Still solitary at 40, I had secured the woman, the wealth, and the elegant home. He chuckled as if victorious, while I maintained a detached, icy composure akin to a surgeon poised before an incision. "Have you been introduced to my wife yet?" I inquired. In that split moment, he stuttered, a mere blink of hesitation. I turned towards a quiet figure beside me, beckoning her closer, while his face lost color, because my new spouse was none other than his secret lover. I was 32 when the whole affair unfolded. I had constructed every part of my life on my own: my tech startup, a lucrative early investor exit, a Manhattan loft, and Lena. We were merely 6 weeks away from a wedding for which I had already penned my vows. My brother Damien, once my closest ally, now revealed his venomous nature, or perhaps I had always been oblivious to his sharp edges. Our childhood saw us sharing everything: second-hand clothes, bedrooms, and confidences. I had carried him through the chaos of our parents' separation, defended him when he filched from our father, bailed him out of college, covered his rent, replaced his car post-crash, and even provided solace at my engagement, where he confessed that my happiness overwhelmed him. Perhaps that was the spark that shattered him. My joy, all facade. Then she vanished one Wednesday. Returning home, I found my drawers barren, her phone abruptly inactive, her parents either clueless or feigning ignorance. Soon, an email arrived, devoid of words yet accompanied by a photograph. The beach, her in a delicate white gown, Damien shirtless, kissing her neck, the very ring I had once chosen for her, still catching the light. I didn't erupt in anger, nor did I smash anything. Instead, I calmly sat down, opened a fresh document, and began scripting my blueprint. Revenge, I mused, is not a product of blind fury. It is pure calculation, a sum of planning, gathering, and waiting. Damien had presumed that I would vanish into oblivion, drowning my sorrows, spiraling into non-existence reminiscent of our father. He underestimated discipline. I underestimated silence. Over the next 8 years, I quietly orchestrated his downfall. I witnessed him weave a new life atop the ruins of my heartache, donning my style, leveraging my previous connections, relocating into a house uncannily similar to the one Lena and I had envisioned. He accepted investments from contacts I had introduced, and eventually he even wed her. Together they launched a boutique venture capital firm. I, under an assumed name, became his clandestine partner, reaping a cut from every successful deal closed by his firm. He referred to the shadow benefactor as our guardian angel, while I prefer to think of myself as the mastermind pulling the strings. But then his fatal flaw surfaced, his obsession with women. I was well aware of the proclivity for infidelity, even when he feigned affection for Lena with insincere, wandering touches. I discreetly employed a team of expensive professionals to track her down, and within 3 short months, we located her. Her name was Victoria, a junior executive whose life would soon become entangled in the next phase of my meticulously calculated plan. LYSD 29. Intelligent, needy for attention, craved affection more than truth. I didn't seduce her. I simply approached, laid out the facts. The burner, the call history, the mistresses, the siphon funds Lena never saw. She broke down. Then she aligned with me. Victoria became my partner 6 months ago, not on paper, not yet, but in every meaningful way. She played her role with precision, sowed unease in Lena's mind, stirred her paranoia. She leaked sensitive intel from inside their firm, I used it, redirected assets, triggered withdrawals, buried it all in loopholes and shadows. On the surface, it was all explainable. Markets wobble, investors flinch. Underneath, it was rot, a slow implosion masked in smiles. Then my mother died. Timing cut sharp, cruel or divine. So there we were, Damien in his crisp overcoat, Lena gripping his arm with that same stunned expression she wore the night I proposed. Victoria, veiled in black, a diamond ring glinting, came forward when I called. Damien froze, eyes wide like she returned from the dead. "Victoria," he breathed. She nodded. "Hi, Damien." Lena turned, slow and wary. "You know her?" The silence was so deep it pulsed. I let it expand. "I owe you thanks," I said. "You brought us together." Indirectly. Damien backed away, lips moving, no sound. "She told me everything." I said, "Every digit, every login, every transfer, every lie." Lena looked at him. "What is he saying?" Victoria offered her a folder. Clean, precise, labeled like the one Lena had once left me 8 years ago, when drawers were emptied and vows vanished. I returned the gesture. Lena opened it, read, flinched, then struck Damien so hard. His ring left a gash across her cheek. Poetic, in a way. They drove off separately. That night, Damien called me 7 times. I ignored them all. By dawn, the press had the story. Misuse of funds, legal breaches, assets frozen. The firm collapsed. His reputation dissolved. The money gone. Lena filed papers 3 weeks later. Kept the estate. Damien lost a life, the legacy in me. I kept smiling. They say revenge offers no comfort. They're wrong. It's not fury. It's not cruelty. It's symmetry. It's taking the dagger they left in your spine, refining its edge, and laying it in front of them, gleaming, dripping, while you raise your glass to fresh starts. So when people ask if I forgave him, I say no. I did something better. I introduced him to my wife.